The Dallas Cowboys are staring at a season that feels like it could tilt in any direction. In just days, they step onto the field against the Philadelphia Eagles, a rivalry that always delivers fireworks. But behind the excitement of Week 1, this team is carrying both promise and mystery. On one hand, the offense looks loaded with talent. On the other, there's a storm brewing that nobody saw coming. The question now is simple but massive. Will this be the year the Cowboys finally break through, or are we about to see another chapter of heartbreak? All eyes land on the offense because that is where the spark begins. Dak Prescott is back under center with the pressure of proving once again he can lead deep into January. He has CeeDee Lamb, one of the most reliable and explosive receivers in football, plus a new weapon in George Pickens, who brings an edge the Cowboys have been missing. This is not a roster built to ease into the year. It is a roster built to explode out of the gate. The firepower is clear, but the margin for error is razor thin, and that is what makes this season so unpredictable. But here's where things take a shocking turn. For all the talk about Dallas having enough to finally push through, the story changes completely when you shift to the roster decisions that have shaken the fan base to its core. The offense may have the names to shine, but what happens when the foundation of your defense suddenly disappears? That's where we turn next, because the most unexpected move of the year has already been made, and it might define everything about the Cowboys in 2025. But before we get into that, hit that like and subscribe button for more Cowboys and all the NFL content. Let's aim for 500 likes on this video. Nobody expected the Dallas Cowboys to enter this season with an offense that looks this dangerous and this urgent at the same time. The plan is simple to say and hard to stop. Spread the field, move defenders with motion, and hit space before it closes. Dak Prescott controls the pace, CeeDee Lamb tilts coverage with every release, and George Pickens stretches the field so safeties cannot sit still. The idea is to force the defense to pick one thing to take away, then punish the choice with quick answers or a deep strike that flips the game in a single snap. The run game is the hinge that makes all of that hold. Javonte Williams brings power that wears fronts down late, Jaden Blue gives you burst that threatens the edge, and Miles Sanders knows how to help in pass protection and turn screens into first downs. Up front, the group wants clean pockets and lanes that climb fast. Tyler Smith is the enforcer inside. Terrence Steele provides steadiness on the edge, and younger pieces are being asked to grow into bigger roles quickly. The vision is simple. Give Dak Prescott clean launch points and allow tight ends to solve red zone traffic by sealing space for slants and crossers that turn into touchdowns. But just as the offense looked ready to carry Dallas into a new era, something happened that nobody saw coming. A single roster decision turned a team of promise into a team of questions. It was bold, it was shocking, and it left the fan base wondering if their window had just slammed shut before the season even started. Micah Parsons is now a Green Bay Packer, and the league felt the shock in real time. Dallas agreed to a deal that sent Parsons to Green Bay for Kenny Clark and 2 first-round picks, while Parsons secured 4 years, $188 million that matches his superstar impact. The timing raised eyebrows because a move this big can tilt a season before a snap. One decision changed the shape of the roster and the expectations that come with the star on the helmet. Why did it happen now, and why at this price? Talks had a long runway, and both sides wanted clarity on value and role. Parsons is the rare defender who changes how an offense calls a game, and his production backs it up with 12 sacks in each of his first 4 seasons that put his start in rare company. This is the type of player teams plan for on Monday and still struggle to block on Sunday, which is why the reaction echoed across the sport. Now the focus turns to what Dallas gained and how fast it can matter. Kenny Clark brings power inside next to Odigizua and Mazi Smith, and 2 first-round picks open doors for bold moves if used with intent. Is this the launch point for a smarter build, or a gamble that numbers alone cannot replace? The answer lives in the fit, the cap choices, and how those picks translate into real production on the field. The Dallas Cowboys did not just move a star, they reshaped the center of their defense. Kenny Clark arrives as a powerful anchor who wins with strong hands and patient leverage. Next to Odigizua, he can close interior gaps and free linebackers to run. With Mazi Smith rotating in fresh, Dallas can play heavier on early downs and still chase passing downs with stunts that keep guards guessing. The goal is simple: own the middle, squeeze the pocket, and let the edge room rush to a shorter corner. Those 2 first-round selections are the second part of the puzzle. End-of-round choices often turn into smart value or fuel for a climb up the board. Dallas can pair a pick with future capital to target a blue-chip pass rusher, or they can double-dip at premium spots like corner and tackle. The key is alignment with a clear plan. Use the board to find impact traits, not just names, and match them to what this scheme actually asks players to do on Sundays. Flexibility is the quiet win. Clark is affordable right now at roughly $2.3 million this season, then carries a team choice near $21.5 million next year, which gives Dallas options without dead weight. If the fit hits, you keep a veteran who lifts the floor. If the plan shifts, you pivot clean. The real test starts up front, because a new interior can steady the run, but the rush must still finish. That is where the front seven has to evolve fast, and that is where the story turns next. The biggest question in Dallas now lives at the line of scrimmage. Who forces chaos when the ball is snapped? The edge room must reinvent itself fast. Sam Williams brings burst that wins on the outside, Dante Fowler understands how to attack a set with timing, and James Houston can turn a clean launch into a hurry with quick hands. Marshawn Nealand enters year 2 with power and effort that plays on any down, and the interior pair of Kenny Clark with Odigizua can squeeze pockets so the corner shortens for everyone. Roles become the difference between pressure and almost. Kenneth Murray can steer traffic and time a blitz through the inside lanes, while DeMarvion Overshown works back toward full speed so he can chase and cover in space. Mozzie Smith gives early down strength that keeps the front sturdy, and depth options like Ernest Brown can handle tough snaps when the game turns into a grind. The rookie to watch is Donovan Ezeruaku, a high motor rusher who can help close latent drives when fresh legs matter most. Win with stunts, win with effort, and make quarterbacks reset their feet. All of that only lands if the pass rush gets one more heartbeat from the coverage. Without a single star to bend a game on demand, the plan shifts toward disguise and discipline that buys the rush time to finish. If the front tightens the pocket, can the back end turn that into takeaways in field position? The answer might start behind them, where Dallas still has playmakers who can change a drive with one read and one break. The Dallas secondary now sits at the center of the story, and that raises the pulse. Deron Bland reads routes like a receiver, Trevon Diggs squeezes space with patient feet, and the safety room led by Malik Hooker and Donovan Wilson can close windows in a blink. Takeaways must come from timing and trust, not just a single star up front. When corners win the release and safeties show one picture then snap to another, quarterbacks hesitate for a beat that changes the drive. This group can carry more weight if the plan is clear. Show too high, spin late, and invite the throw you want, then rally and tackle so small gains stay small. On third down, mix press at the line with off leverage inside the sticks, let the rush twist inside, and make the ball come out on time. Red zone answers live in communication, with safeties trading routes clean and corners squeezing throws to the back pylon. If the call sheet stays calm and the tackling is sharp, explosives fade and field goals replace touchdowns. That blueprint only holds if depth answers the call when legs get tired and matchups change. Game day elevations, special teams roles, and quick sub-packages will decide who is on the grass when it matters most. The choices behind the starters are about to shape the first month, and some under-the-radar names are ready to step into the light. The Cowboys made calculated roster moves to keep depth steady, shifting Phil Maffa and Kalen Carson to injured reserve while adding C.J. Goodwin and Hakeem Adeniji for special teams and line security, and placing Andrew Booth and Zion Childress on waivers with hopes of retention. Their practice squad now carries key flexibility with Will Grier at quarterback, Malik Davis at running back, a trio of receivers in Jalen Brooks, Jalen Cropper, and Trayshawn Holden, plus tight ends Princeton Fant and Rivaldo Fairweather. Veteran linemen Sadik Charles and Jerron Christian add insurance up front, Ernest Brown strengthens the run defense, Buddy Johnson covers special teams, and prospects like Kamon Hall, Robert Rochelle, Elijah Clark, and international edge Adedayo Odolai provide developmental upside. With 16 of 17 spots filled, Dallas has the versatility to shuffle call-ups quickly, a critical edge in a tight NFC race that will soon test just how strong this new depth really is. Your voice decides the pulse from here. Is this a reload or a full reset for Dallas? Where do you place them in the NFC East race? Would you swing a trade for a pass rusher or trust the room to develop? Which game will tell you the truth about this team? Drop your take in the comments, hit like if you are riding with the plan, and subscribe with the bell so you never miss the next update. If these targets get hit, the Cowboys can turn a hard week into a launch point and change the future faster than anyone expects.